In the last video, we discussed about class methods in classes and how we can declare it and how we can use it most importantly. So in today's video, we are going to discuss how we can use these class methods as alternative constructors in Python. So without wasting any time, I'm going to make a new Python file right here and I'll name this as oops6. And after that, I'm going to copy this whole code from the last video and I'm going to paste it right here. So looking back, we had made a class method and after that we had declared some objects emp1, emp2, then I had printed something. So I'm going to comment this. And guys, now I'm going to tell you that why we should use class methods as alternative constructors. Now as you can see that we had written emp1 is equal to employee, then we had written unch 56 2010, and it was quite a headache to write everything after a comma, and after that we had to specify the salary and age. So if we have a tool in Python that lets you write everything inside the employee as a one string. So for example, if I can write unch and then if I write dash and I'll write his age, that was 56, then I will write 3000, and for example if I write 10. So if I write it like this and my Python initializes its instance variable, it would be so convenient, right? You just have to provide a string inside the employee class and after that the job is done. So for that purpose we have class methods. Now I can use the class methods in order to access the constructor of that particular class. So I'll put it back as it was. That was like this, and after that I'm going to make a new object. So I'm going to write emp3 is equal to employee, and for example if I write Lewis and his age is for example 22 and his salary is 2000, and the number of leaves he gets is 15. So now I'll have to make a class method, and I hope that you guys have guessed it correctly because we are basically making class methods into alternative constructors. So we are going to write class method, and after that I will need to define a function. So I'll write define from dash, and after that I'll put a parenthesis. Then I will have to take a string into it because we are going to use this string in order to access the data, and after that we are going to make the instances of that of particular object. So now I will write params is equal to str dot split, and then I'll split it using the dash. So if you guys don't know what is the split function, I've talked about it in my Python for Absolute Beginners in English playlist and the link is in the description. So if I haven't talked about the split function, let me tell you that the split function, what it does is that it splits the string that you provide, and it splits the string with respect to the string that you provided inside its parameter. So as you can see that I have put a dash right here. So the split function, it gives you a list containing the splitted string. So the first item will be Lewis, and after that it will be 22, then it will be 2000, and after that it will be 15. So it will be a list of 4 objects, and if I provide another item for example 30, then I can do that with the help of putting a dash right here. But I won't do that because I want to make only 4 instance variables. So I'll provide 4 right here, and the params right here, it will contain the list that the split function provides. So I can write return, and basically I'll print the params in order to make you understand. And if I write employee3 is equal to employee dot from dash, and when I run this program, as you can see, it will print the params, that is the list containing the splitted string. So it contains Lewis 22 2015 as I said before, and now I can use these items in this list by providing it in my original constructor. So I'll comment this and I'll write return. And what is CLS? It is the class related to the object that this function is applying to. So I'll write return CLS, and after that I will have to write params 0, then I will write params 1, then params 2 and params 3. So that's how we are going to access the items, and after that we are passing it into the original constructor, guys. I'm not making a new constructor, I'm making an alternative constructor. I'm not telling you that this is a new constructor. It is a way in which we can access the constructor of the original class, and after that we can provide the parameters into it. So that's what we are doing right here, and like this we will make the instance variables. So after this, as you can see, if I run this program, it will run perfectly, but I haven't printed anything. So if I print emp3 dot name, and if I run this program, as you can see that it has printed Lewis. Then if I print emp3 dot age, it will print 22, and I'll run this program, so it has printed 22, and basically our program works perfectly fine. So we have made a class method that works as an alternative constructor, and we have used the original constructor, the init, right here in the class method. So I hope that you guys understood how we can use it. Now I'll tell you how we can make this as a one-liner function. So if I comment this out, and if you guys have seen my video in which I talk about args and quarks and how we can provide a list as a parameter inside a function. So if you have looked at that video, please make sure that you do. The video is in the playlist. I think so it's the 40th or 36th video. So you can write return CLS, and after that you need to provide string for the args, and after that you need to provide a list. Now how did we get a list? We got a list by using the split function. So I will write str dot split, and after that I'll provide a dash. So now if I run this program, as you can see that it has printed 22. Similarly, if I write this as print salary, oops, I don't know if I should write that. So if I write number of leaves, it will print the same thing. And similarly, if I write the number of clients, it will print I think so it will print 10. Yes, because it's the class variable. So I hope guys that you understood how we can make a class method into an alternative constructor. And if you guys haven't accessed my Python for Absolute Beginners playlist, the link will be in the description. So guys, this is a method on which how we can use the oops concept. The oops concept is basically a way of programming. As you can see that we are reducing the code reusability, and we are making the code more optimizable, and we are focusing now more on the advanced concepts of Python. And the oops concept is just a way of coding guys, and it is a really good way of coding in Python. You will have all of your class methods inside one roof and inside a class, so it will be really good, and in this way you can also access the constructor. So I hope guys that you understood today's video. If you haven't accessed my Python for Absolute Beginners playlist, the link will be in the description. Thank you so much guys for watching this video. I hope you're safe. It's a tough time, and I'll see you next time.